Hello, Crowlomans. Welcome to another episode of Crowl, where we gather under the moonlight to find inspiration, connection, and wisdom. I'm your host, Al, your Crowlite, and today we celebrate a rich and meaningful occasion, National Indigenous Peoples Month. Throughout this month, we honor the vibrant cultural heritage, traditions, and invaluable contributions of Indigenous communities across the Philippines. Their stories, artistry, and wisdom are woven into the very fabric of our nation. Yet, while we celebrate, we must also reflect. Indigenous communities have long faced challenges: discrimination, marginalization, and the struggle for equal opportunities. Today, we dive into these realities with open hearts and minds, embracing the lessons they teach us about respect, unity, and human dignity. Let's begin this heartfelt conversation under the moon's embrace. I want to share a personal story, one that shaped my perspective at a young age. I was a child walking outside with my mother when we came across an Ida individual. With curiosity, I asked, "Are they human?" My mother looked at me, seeing the confusion in my eyes, and gently answered, "Yes, they are human. Just like you, they walk, talk, and live just like we do. The difference is the color of our skin. We are all created uniquely, but we share the same humanity." Looking back, I realized how important that answer was. A single answer from my mother shaped how I saw Indigenous people, not as others, but as equals. If she had responded differently, if she had spoken with ignorance and prejudice, my perspective might have been altered forever. This highlights the power of education at home, how a simple yet meaningful conversation can prevent discrimination and foster respect. Our childhood questions shape the world we grow up in, and the answers we receive become the foundation of our beliefs. It is up to parents, educators, and society to nurture understanding and inclusivity from the very beginning. The Aida and other indigenous communities in the Philippines have a rich cultural identity. From their intricate craftsmanship to their deep knowledge of nature, they are keepers of wisdom passed down through generations. Yet, despite their strength and beauty, indigenous individuals often face discrimination. Stories of Aida children being bullied in schools, workers being looked down upon in workplaces, or entire communities being displaced from their ancestral lands are heartbreaking. Why does this still happen? The truth is, many prejudices stem from ignorance. People fear or belittle what they do not understand. But if we take the time to learn about and appreciate indigenous cultures, we realize that there is no reason for division, only admiration and respect. One of my greatest hopes is for indigenous people to receive fair education without being judged for their ethnicity. Every child, regardless of their background, deserves to learn, dream, and achieve. It fills my heart with pride when I see indigenous individuals excelling in their chosen fields, breaking catastrophes, proving that they, too, can achieve greatness. Their success is not just for themselves, but for their communities, serving a beacon of hope that they can. True progress happens when we stop looking at people based on their ethnicity and instead see their potential, their efforts, and their humanity. It's not about who comes from where, it's about how we live each other and cheer for one another in our journey toward excellence. As we honor National Indigenous Peoples Month, let's ask ourselves, are we doing our part in creating an inclusive and respectful society? If you have ever made assumptions about someone based on their background, challenge yourself to learn more. If you hear someone making hurtful remarks about Indigenous people, speak up and educate with kindness. If you meet an Indigenous person, treat them as you would want to be treated, with dignity and respect. At the core of humanity is the ability to see beyond differences and embrace each other as equals. The beauty of adversity lies in the way we come together, hand in hand, and to build a more compassionate world. Thank you for joining me in this meaningful episode of Crowl. As we move forward, let's be mindful of the way we see and treat others. Every word we say, every action we take has the power to uplift or diminish someone. Let's be the kind of people who uplift, who inspire, and who respect and celebrate every culture. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need to hear it. Let's spread awareness, gratitude, and unwavering belief that every person, regardless of their background, deserves to shine. Until next time, Crowlumins, remember, every journey begins with a small single step. Let's keep moving forward under the moonlight together. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hey Crowlumins, if this episode spoke to you, I'd love to hear from you. Share your stories, feedback, or thoughts with us, whether it's your own journey, lessons learned, or how you embrace a healthier lifestyle. Let's keep this conversation going and build a community where we can all inspire and support each other. Don't forget to follow Crowl on Instagram to stay updated on new episodes and join the conversation. Until next time, keep shining your light!